Good morning, viewers all over the world. This is Emmanuel Diniswa. I am coming live again this Sunday from the Republic of South Africa. As usually, my dear colleagues, I'm glad to join millions of broadcasters, millions of members who are actually involved in the same mission as I am. And I would love to thank our Billioon admin for always giving us platforms to express ourselves. Now we have found our voice again since we started engaging ourselves in this task of being broadcasters. It's so wonderful to become a broadcaster, and it is always something valuable to find that you become an asset in terms of helping other people out there, because our main mission, our main tasks as broadcasters is to um, try and support whatever the admin is doing on our behalf. Now, this morning, once again, my dear colleagues, allow me to kindly invite you once again into one of the items which I found it of utmost important today to present it to you. This is an article which concerns uh, the the commissioner. Since we know that we have got the TPC commissioner, I want us to look at this article which was posted on the 2nd of November 2018. It is entitled How and When to Contact the Commissioner of the TPC or of the Billion Coin. We as members, we normally have queries or yes, queries which needs to be elevated or to be referred to our TPC commissioner. So for now, through this article, I want to share this valuable information because there are some people out there who find themselves sometimes that they have got issues which needs to be addressed to the commissioner. So allow me to read through this block with you. It is entitled How and When to Contact the Commissioner. How and when. Here is the article. It says to the TPC community. This is an article importantly addressed to us as the community of the Billion Code. It goes on to say, reference, how and when to contact the commissioner. It has come to my attention that several people need the commissioner's help but don't know how to get it. It's also true that several people assume they don't need to communicate with the commissioner, especially if the commissioner is contacting you. Now, the cases where you should contact the commissioner. One, if you plan to send a large transaction totaling more than 400,000 grains. This is very important. If you plan to send a large transaction totaling more than 400 grains worth of kringles, it is your responsibility, if you are going to send that much in kringles, that you document your exchange and notify the commissioner of this exchange. It's also important to understand that you do not need the commissioner's approval to do this transaction. Go ahead and complete the transaction. All that is required is to notify the commissioner help desk of the transactions. Share documentation if possible, and a follow-up once the transaction is complete. You will get a response from the commissioner to proceed if you have not already done so, and to be reminded to keep your documentation on the exchange of TPC Kringles. Right? There's a warning here. Warning. If you send a large transaction, such as described above, and do not contact the commissioner before you do the transaction, both the sender and the recipient will have their send buttons turned off until investigation is complete. Be proactive and contact the commissioner if you plan to do large transactions. Only open one ticket and be sure to reply to the ticket. Opening multiple tickets on the same topic or multiple topics at once will result in your information being lost or not responded to properly. Right? Number 2, how do you contact and when do you contact? Number 2, if you are a victim of fraud, scammed, or theft, the Commissioner's Office does investigate these cases to the best of their ability. It's important to not burden the help desk with fraud cases. They will forward you to the Commissioner directly. Document your situation and case, and remember, if you give or have given out your credentials to anyone, you are making a mistake. The help desk and the commissioner will never ask for your credentials, right? Beware that fraudsters are out there to take advantage of you. If you are unsure if an email or a website is fraud, why not send a note to the commissioner for advice? Resolution to fraud cases will greatly depend on the situation. You should never give your credentials to anyone expecting them to steward your account or exchange on your behalf. The TPC009.net wallet is encrypted, and the help desk or the commissioner do not have access to your security answers and your password. The only way for someone to get this information is by not keeping your credentials safe. Right? Provide as much detail as possible. Only open one ticket and be sure to reply to the ticket. Opening multiple tickets on the same topic or multiple tickets at once will result in your information being lost or not responded to properly. Okay, let's go ahead. The cases where the commissioner contacts you, let us re-understand cases where you are contacted now by the commissioner, because this is a two-way traffic. Understand? Now, the commissioner receives a daily report of transactions conducted at 400 grains in one single transaction, or more, and multiple transactions totaling 2,000 grains or more each day, right? You will be sent an email requesting you contact the commissioner to explain the nature of your transactions and provide documentation of the exchange occurring at the daily price to prevent discounting. You are required to respond to this inquiry through the Commissioner Help Desk, not the Kringle Cash Help Desk. Details on how to contact the Commissioner are provided as well as instructions to not reply to that email, but rather follow the instructions in the email. Okay? If you ignore this message and continue to conduct transactions without documentation, your sent PNCs will be suspended until you comply. Only open one ticket and be sure to reply to the ticket. Opening multiple tickets on the same topic or multiple topics at once will result in your information being lost or not responded to properly. Okay? You can contact the commissioner here. https://kringle-commissioner.on.spiceworks.com/portal. This is where you can contact the commissioner using this link, right? Be sure to include your email address, wallet address, and all relevant information. Tickets missing this information will be delayed in resolution. Do not give these details in screenshots. You may attach screenshots, but we require wallet addresses and email addresses in text form. Abuse of the Commissioner Help Desk would be grounds for having your access to the Help Desk blocked. Abuse of the Commissioner's Help Desk will be grounds for having your access to Help Desk blocked. If you abuse, they are going to block you. Do not contact the Commissioner for passwords, for cookie issues, complaints, or suggestions. Kringle.cache issues or other help desk matters, you will be referred back to the help desk. You may be asked to prove that you are who you say you are. In that case, the commissioner will direct you with what information to provide, right? Lastly, the commissioner can only help you. Lastly, the commissioner can only help you. Any of your referrals or other parties will have to contact the commissioner themselves. The policy is strictly for you and by you. Thank you for your cooperation, the commissioner. So in other words, my dear colleagues, whenever you contact the commissioner, you cannot contact the commissioner on behalf of somebody else. Let's say maybe your team member. It is an individual's responsibility to contact the commissioner at any given time. So we should actually bear in mind there are situations where you need to contact the commissioner yourself. There are situations when you will be contacted by the commissioner. So it's a two-way traffic. But at the end of the day, once contacted, you need to follow the instructions, and you need to provide all the necessary information that is required from you. So this is what I wanted to contribute, my dear colleagues, this morning, because we have various people with various problems out there, and they need a solution. So we need only to contact the commissioner for the said or the laid down problems. Other problems like crinkly cash issues, the issue of KCB or accounts, those matters, the payment issues, those matters are supposed to be referred to our help desk, of which they always respond, and I have always observed that. Please, my dear technicians, my dear colleagues, let us read this article time and again for further understanding. And I hope this is going to help, particularly our newest members as well, so that if ever you have got any problems or huge problems, especially pertaining the abuse, in some cases there are people in our communities who tend to abuse, especially for instance, as we know that we are not allowed to discount our coins. If you happen to come across a member who is discounting our crinkly coins, that person has to be reported to the commissioner directly. And that person is not only is hindering, it's actually affecting all of us as a community of the Billion Coin. So let us behave responsible. Let us follow the protocol. Let us protect our community. Let us protect our TPC. Let us also be in positive support of the Billion admin at all costs. Let us be ethically and be responsible citizens at all levels at any time, so that we can be able to be respected by the communities where we reside, or the communities which we lead. If we are responsible and honest, always, we will never have any problems. If we treat other people with dignity and respect and help them, help those that do not know the processes or the aspects of the Billion Code. Let us not take advantage of people who doesn't know. Our main task as members of the Billion Code is to educate others, show them the way, how things are done in a professional, ethical manner. My dearest partners, I love you all. May the Lord keep you in his safe hands till we meet again. For now, thank you. Bye. We shall be seeing each other in my next episode. I thank you. May God keep you till we meet. Bye.